Close your eyes for a moment and feel it. The stillness of night, your breath slowing, then a leg cramp rips through like a thief, stealing your peace. Or think of those golden afternoons. Your grandkids tugging at your hand to play, only for a sudden jolt in your calf to pull you back, a quiet ache whispering, "Not today." If you're past 65, these aren't just moments, they're heartbreaks you know too well. But today, I'm bringing you more than hope. I'm sharing Mary's story, a 72-year-old who fought back with 6 humble foods, turning her restless nights into mornings of strength. It's not just about muscles, it's about reclaiming the life you love, wrapped in the warmth of a memory. Let's walk this path together. You won't want to miss it. If you're tired of letting cramps win and ready to embrace natural ways to feel alive again, hit that subscribe button now. We're here with simple, soulful solutions for seniors like you. Join us. Let's take back your days together. Leg cramps don't just hurt. They shatter your spirit, stealing the deep sleep you long for, the gentle mornings with a warm cup in hand, and the chance to dance a silly jig with your grandkids without that sudden wince. Over time, our muscles soften, our steps slow, and somewhere along the way, we lose bits of potassium. Magnesium, the quiet helpers that keep us steady. I've heard it in trembling voices, a whisper of loss. I miss feeling free in my own body. But here's a gentle truth. You don't have to miss it forever. 6 simple foods, sweet as a banana, comforting as yogurt, can hush those cramps, lift your heart, and hand you back your joy. This isn't a doctor's prescription. Always talk to yours for guidance. But it's a promise from the heart. You can feel stronger, starting right now. Are you with me? Imagine the moments you've missed. Those quiet porch swings you couldn't enjoy, the Sunday picnics you had to skip when your legs gave out. I've seen it in friends' eyes, that flicker of sadness. But also that spark of hope when they take one small step forward. These foods are waiting for you, as close as your corner store or kitchen counter, ready to wrap you in strength like a family quilt. Let's walk this path together. Your legs, your joy, just a bite away. Let's start with something as simple as a banana, a fruit Mary holds dear. She says it's like a whisper from her past, those Sunday mornings when she'd mash bananas into batter. The kitchen alive with the laughter of her kids chasing that sweet aroma. Now, at 72, she peels one each day, not just for the taste, but for the way it soothes her legs. Bananas carry potassium, a quiet hero that eases those tight, cramping muscles. Past 65, when our bodies sometimes forget to hold on to that magic, a single banana offers over 400 milligrams. A gentle nudge to keep the spasms away. But it's more than that. There's magnesium too, softening her calves after a slow walk around the block, and a touch of vitamin B6, keeping her sharp for bingo nights with friends. Mary smiles. It's my little sunshine, right there on the counter. She slices it over oatmeal or spreads on some peanut butter, a good American trick, and suddenly, her mornings feel lighter. It's not just food. It's a memory of love, a promise of strength. Once, she woke up without that ache stealing her sleep, and she knew this was her way back. Picture it, a banana in hand, a bite that fights the cramps. A taste that brings back your own sweet yesterdays. Simple, yes, but oh so powerful, like a hug from the grandkids, wrapped in yellow. Why not try it tomorrow? Your legs deserve that kind of care. Now, let's turn to spinach, a green gift Mary stumbled upon in her little backyard patch. She chuckles. I used to think it was just for cartoons, but it's my leg's best friend now. At 72. She'd sit on her porch swing, missing the days she'd chase her grandkids around, her calves too tight to keep up. Then came spinach, humble and quiet. Packed with magnesium, about 80 milligrams in a cup, whispering relief to her weary muscles. For folks past 65, when our bodies don't hold on to that goodness like they used to, spinach steps in, softening the cramps that sneak in at midnight. It's not just magnesium, though. Potassium flows through those leaves, steadying her steps, while vitamin K keeps her bones strong. a must for avoiding those stumbles at the farmer's market. Mary tosses it with garlic and a dab of butter, the smell filling her kitchen like Thanksgiving all over again. It's like a warm blanket for my soul, she says. Sometimes, she blends it into a smoothie with a splash of apple juice. Easy as pie. Even on tired days. One evening, she stretched her legs without that familiar pinch, and tears welled up. She felt free again. Think of it. A handful of spinach, a taste of comfort. A chance to move like you once did. It's not fancy, just a green promise, like the earth itself rooting for you. Maybe try it this week, sautéed or sipped, and feel your own strength bloom. Mary did. And she'd tell you, it's worth every bite. Next up is the sweet potato, a treasure Mary keeps close to her heart. She leans back in her rocking chair, eyes soft, remembering crisp fall evenings when she'd bake them for her family. The oven's warmth chasing away the chill as grandkids clamored for seconds. At 72, she turns to that same orange glow, not just for comfort, but for the way it cradles her aching legs. Sweet potatoes brim with potassium, over 400 milligrams in one, a steadfast friend that hushes cramps before they start. For us over 65, when muscles stiffen too easily, this is a lifeline. There's magnesium too, easing her thighs after a shuffle to the mailbox, and beta-carotene, a fighter against the soreness that lingers. Mary slices one open. Sprinkles cinnamon, that old American spice cabinet staple, and sighs. It's like a hug I can taste. The fiber keeps her steady, no more shaky afternoons. Just the energy to watch the leaves turn from her porch. She'll mash it with a pat of butter or bake it whole, simple as a Sunday supper. One day, she stood a little taller. No twinge pulling her down, and she whispered to herself, I'm still here. Imagine it, a sweet potato on your plate, its earthy sweetness washing away the pain. Carrying you back to harvest moons and family tables. It's not just a root, it's a piece of home, rooting you in strength. Dig one out this weekend, bake it slow, and let it hold you. Mary swears by it, and you might too. Now, let's crack open the magic of almonds, a tiny wonder Mary keeps in her apron pocket. She grins, remembering how she'd scatter them over homemade pies at county fairs. Her grandkids sneaking handfuls while she pretended not to see. At 72, she reaches for them still, not just for that nutty crunch, but for the way they steady her trembling legs. Almonds carry magnesium, about 75 milligrams in a small handful, a gentle balm that hushes muscle spasms. Past 65, when our bodies falter too quick, these little gems step in, softening the cramps that jolt her awake. There's more protein to hold her strength, like the days she'd haul picnic baskets to the lake, and healthy fats that ease the ache in her knees. Mary pops a few while watching reruns of I Love Lucy, chuckling, they're my faithful sidekicks. Sometimes, she roasts them with a pinch of sea salt, a classic American treat, and feels the day lighten. One afternoon, she walked to her mailbox without that old quiver. And her heart swelled. She was still the woman who danced at barn parties. Picture it, a bowl of almonds by your chair, each bite pushing back the pain. Stirring memories of fairs and family laughter. They're not just nuts, they're a quiet cheer, like a friend tapping your shoulder, saying, you've got this. Grab a handful this week, raw or roasted. And let them carry you. Mary does, and she'd nudge you with a wink. They're small, but mighty. Let's scoop into yogurt, a creamy comfort Mary cradles like an old friend. She sighs, recalling lazy summer afternoons on her porch, spooning it with berries while the radio hummed Patsy Cline tunes. Her kids' giggles echoing from the yard. At 72, she turns to it now, not just for that cool sweetness, but for the way it quiets her restless legs. Yogurt brings calcium, about 300 milligrams in a cup, a tender anchor that lets muscles flex and ease without snapping tight. Past 65, when bones and strength slip. This is a soft embrace against cramps. There's protein too, rebuilding what time tries to take, and probiotics, soothing her stomach like a lullaby after years of holiday feasts. Mary dollops it with honey, a nod to her grandma's recipes, and murmurs, "It's my little peace offering." Some days, she mixes in blueberries, a 4th of July treat, and feels her body sigh in relief. One quiet night, she slept through till dawn, no twitches pulling her awake, and she woke with a smile. She'd found her calm again. Imagine it. A bowl of yogurt in your hands, each spoonful washing away the stiffness, carrying whispers of porch swings and berry-stained summers. It's not just a snack, it's a gentle hand, lifting you back to easier days. Spoon some up this afternoon, plain or sweet, and let it cradle you. Mary does, and she'd tell you over a cup of tea, it's a small miracle, right there in the fridge. Finally, let's peel into oranges, a burst of brightness Mary clutches like a memory. She sits by her window, the scent taking her back to crisp fall days. Picking fruit with her husband at the orchard, their hands sticky, their laughter loud over the rustling leaves. At 72, she holds one now, not just for that juicy tang, but for the way it lifts her weary legs. Oranges spill over with vitamin C, more than 70 milligrams each, a quiet healer for muscles and tendons worn by time. Past 65, when stiffness creeps in, this is a splash of relief against cramps. Potassium dances in there too, balancing her steps, while the water, 85% pure, keeps her hydrated, a gift she'd forget without that citrus nudge. Mary squeezes a glass for breakfast, like a roadside stand treat from her road trip summers, and says, "It's my sunshine in a sip." Sometimes, she slices it over pancakes, a Sunday brunch ritual, and feels her spirit lift. One morning, she stretched without that old pinch, and her eyes sparkled. She was the girl who'd run through groves again. See it in your mind. That first tear of the peel, the juice dripping down your chin, a flood of summer days rushing back. This isn't just an orange. It's a call to rise, a burst of life in every drop. Take one to your table this morning, let it sing to you. Mary lifts her glass to it daily, and she'd bet you'll feel the glow too. And there you have it, Mary's quiet triumph, woven through bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, almonds, yogurt, and oranges. At 72, she's no longer the shadow waking to cramps, clutching her calf in the dark, nor the woman pausing mid-step, yearning for the ease she once knew. These 6 foods didn't just feed her body, they fed her soul, pulling her back to kitchens alive with laughter, orchards humming with love, porches swaying with peace. Each bite was a stitch, mending the wear of years, handing her mornings where she rises steady, afternoons where she walks proud. It's a story of more than muscles. It's a reclaiming, a soft rebellion against time's heavy hand. But Mary's journey isn't locked in her past. It's a lantern for your today. These aren't treasures buried in memory. They're right there, at your corner store, your kitchen counter, ready to cradle your restless nights. Start small. A banana with your coffee, a handful of almonds by the TV, a sweet potato baking while the grandkids call. They're not miracles, but partners, easing those twinges, lifting you closer to the you that still dances inside. Check with your doctor, sure, but then reach out. That first taste is yours to hold. Mary did. And she found her feet again, her heart too. And you know, these foods, bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, almonds, yogurt, and oranges, aren't just for quiet nights or steady mornings. They're your fuel to step out into the world, too. Mary found that after adding these to her plate, she felt brave enough to take those little walks around her block, hand in hand with her grandkids, or just with the breeze. I'd love for you to try that too. Maybe this week, after a bowl of yogurt or a sweet potato. Slip on your walking shoes and take a slow stroll, around your garden, down your street, or even to the corner store. It doesn't have to be far, just 5 minutes, breathing in the fresh air, feeling those legs grow stronger with every step. If you can, grab a cane or a friend's arm, and let the rhythm of your steps match the joy these foods bring. It's not about racing anybody. It's about savoring the moment, like a Sunday afternoon drive. Share your walk in the comments, where you went, how it felt. If this inspires you, give a thumbs up. Hit subscribe, and let's keep moving toward better days, one bite and one step at a time. Here's to you, to legs that carry you, to a life that still sings.